Hello students, I'll come back with the next video of the bearings, the continuation of the previous video. So next is the earlier you understood the important parameters of the bearings. Now we'll study the procedure. Okay, study the procedural steps for design of journal bearings. Design of bearings. So if the load is perpendicular to the axis of the shaft, then support is known as a journal, and that portion of the shaft resting in the bearing is called as a journal. So this is the journal or shaft, and this is the bearing. You can see here. W is a load, and it is a C clearance. It is the diameter of the shaft. Now D diameter of the shaft, C the diameter clearance, length L is length of the bearing, and the diameter clearance is C by D. Okay. Next, so these are all the important annotations which are used the same as which the Linga design data book in book followed. Okay, so whatever the book annotations are, the same book annotations which is used here. So I'll just these are all you can go through also. Just I'll read one or two here. Eta stands for absolute velocity. N is speed in RPM. N dash is speed in RPS. P is a bearing pressure. W is a applied load. T naught is important operating temperature. TB is a bearing temperature. TA is the ambient temperature or room temperature. Mu is the coefficient of friction. H min is the minimum film thickness. Velocity pi d n upon 60 meter per second. S double dash is the bearing modulus. It is eta n dash by P. Beta is angle of bearing. 360 degrees for full journal bearing. Q is the quantity of oil flow. It is meter cube per second. And N suffix mu is the power lost in friction. Okay. Now next, first step. What you do is that first select the recommended design value for the given type of bearing and machine or machinery from table 24.2 design data handbook. You have to go to the table 24.2 design handbook, that you have to refer the recommended design value for the given type of bearing. So that is what here maximum pressure P. Then you have to consider the diameter clearance ratio C by D. Okay, then ratio L by D, viscosity pascals, bearing modulus S in SI units. These are the parameters you have to consider. Okay, first step. Next, the okay, we'll solve problem. We'll come to know more things. So just a little procedure here. To design. Second is design. Select the allowable pressure, usually up to 50 to 60% of the maximum pressure. But that is P is W by LD. W divided by L into D, where LD is the projected area of the bearing. Therefore, length of bearing L is select whole number and round off values. Diameter also select the whole number, round off values. After again rounding up the values of L and D, find once again the pressure. It gives the actual pressure. It gives the actual second step it is. Now next comes selection of oil. Important. Select eta for the first step and assume the operating temperature between 60 to 70 degrees centigrade if it is not given in the problem. Okay. First select eta. Eta is the viscosity, absolute viscosity. Now using figure 24.2 and 24.2b in data book from Lingaya for the given value of eta and T naught, it is a operating temperature. Select the oil. For selected oil, using the same figure, note down the actual eta. Actual value of eta means viscosity. It is viscosity. Okay. Then fourth one, check for the oil bearing modulus. Okay, S in is a double dash. If it is greater than S recommended, at induced, okay, used and is recommended. Then if it is greater than S recommended, then the thick film lubrication is possible. Thick film lubrication is possible. If thick film lubrication is possible, then selected oil is suitable. If that this value is less than the S recommended, then the oil is not suitable. Otherwise, select the next higher value and check once again. So next step is heat generated. Heat generated Hg equal to mu into PLD V joules per second or watts. This you get from the data book 24.72a. Then where in this equation what is that? V is what here pi d n upon 60. P is equal to P, actually you have to use. Mu is it's a number. It is a coefficient friction for equation of Mackey. So Ka eta n dash by P 1 by psi into 10 raised to minus 10 plus it is a delta mu correction factor. Okay, where K is what 1.9. I told you 1.95 and 10 raised to 11 for beta 360 degrees full journal bearing it is, and delta mu is a correction for leakage. It is 0.002. Heat generated can also be found by knowing the temperature rise of lubricant oil which is used to carry away heat generated in the bearing. This is another formula. H is equal to gamma C suffix C specific you have to use C here. Okay, Q delta T 24.72 is C formula you have to use from data book. That okay. So these things will be clear in when much more clear in the magnetic problem. Okay, then where here again here he has given what is the gamma means what. Gamma is a weight per unit volume of lubrication Newton per meter square. C SP is specific heat of the lubricant joules per Newton Kelvin. Okay, so Q is what here? It is a flow rate of the lubricant. Okay, delta T difference between the outlet and inlet temperature of the lubricant in degree Kelvin. Okay, next comes heat dissipated, generated and heat dissipated. Heat dissipated by self-contained bearing is what? HD equal to CA in bracket TB minus TA watts. 24.77 number you have to use from the data book. So C is what? Combined coefficient of radiation and convection is okay. This is usually taken as 11.36 into 10 minus 3. Okay, this is the or 11.36 W into W meter per meter square Kelvin. A is the effective surface area of the bearing housing. It is 25 dl in meter square. 25 dl. TB is temperature of bearing degree centigrade. TA is the ambient temperature or surrounding temperature degree centigrade. So TB minus TA is approximately equal to T naught minus TA by 2. T naught is operating pressure, operating temperature. Also using the Lash's or Pedersen equations, and you can find out the heat rating capacity also. But we are usually using this equation 24.77 equation. We are using it to find out the heat dissipation by contained bearings. Okay. Now next delta T is what here? Difference in temperature between the surface and surrounding air. It is TB minus TA approximately T naught minus TA by 2. Okay. K dash. Here's value has given. Okay. So next comes last one is because this is the he has given for this equation. We are not using this equation for okay HD equation. So now I'll come to the minimum film thickness. Minimum oil film thickness variable delta equal to H min 2H min divided by C, that equal to 1 minus okay epsilon. Now it is a this is 24.33 where attitude is a 2E by C, 2E by C. Okay, C is what diameter clearance, H is the minimum film thickness, you know. Okay, bearing, so this is actually wrong, it is bearing characteristic number S equal to eta n dash by P in bracket 1 by psi square. So it is a figure 24.13a, remember, okay, page number 24.3p shows the oil film thickness variable delta depends upon what? S and LD, S and LD for side leakage. And for side leakage, figure 24.26 from the data handbook shows the relationship between the load correction factor V by L and delta. Okay, so these a little bit you are maybe confusing about this these figures and all these tables. So when you solve problem, much more things will be clear to you. Okay, so last is the flow rate. So you have to refer the figure 24.37 from data handbook shows the flow variable depends upon the bearing characteristic number. It is S and L by D. Flow variable you have seen already these graphs when I explained these important terms. It is a Sommerfeld number. That is okay. That the graph of the Sommerfeld number against coefficient friction, against flow rate, against okay thickness. So you have seen same graphs are there here. We have shown only nature of graph. Now actual graphs we will find in the data book. Okay, so flow variable, okay, lambda q equal to this formula 4q psi divided by c square n dash L 24.70 is formula you have to use, where q is the quantity of oil flow without side leakage, oil flow through the bearing with a side leakage. In this formula you have to refer 24.71b, where cq is a flow correction factor in this formula cq here taken from the figure 24.32. And last one is power loss due to friction is n mu, okay, mu wv divided by 1000 divided by 1000. So this is the procedure of design of general bearings. Okay, so now next I'll move on to the problem. Move on to the problem. Okay, we'll move on to the problem. Now the problem is like this. So I'll take a problem from the question of the problem. It is design a general bearing for the centrifugal pump running at 1200 rpm. Diameter of the journal is 100 mm. The load on bearing is 15 kilonewton. Take L by D equal to 1.5. Bearing temperature 50 degrees centigrade and ambient temperature 30 degrees centigrade. Find the whether artificial cooling is required or not. So this is asked so many times in the examination. Okay, 2 times in the examination. So this is a problem. It's a straightforward problem. Okay, and this such problem comes in examination usually. So as per the procedure, you will solve the problem. Okay, now data given, you have to first write RPM is a 1200 RPM, N equal to 1200 RPM, D equal diameter 100, W is he has given 15 kilonewton, 15,000 it becomes in terms of Newton, L by D is 1.5, TA he has given 30, and TB he has given 50 degree centigrade. Okay, so now first solution, you have to find out first operating temperature TO. So TB minus TA, so TO is approximately equal to TO minus TA, so it is a 50 minus 30, TO minus 30 divided by 2, you get a operating temperature as 70 degree centigrade. First step, as per the, okay, first select the recommended values of centrifugal pump rotor general bearing from table 24.2 DDHB, from table 24.2 DDHB. Okay, so for that you have to collect that part. For that I'll show that table 24.2 DDHP. Okay, dear students, I'll take this problem once again. I'll because you are MMA, the capacity in MMA increase, I'll come back with another video.